stage, face up, no peeking please. And this word's definition will be here with 2 or 3 synonyms and some thoughts on etymology. We're going to bring that information together and we'll look into this word and see what it has to tell us. So let's have an example. Today's definition for this word, luminous or radiant energy. 2 synonyms, brightness and glow, etymology, it shines. Do you know what word we have up here? If you thought light, you would be right. Well, we look at this word, we recognize that light gives us sight. And when we have sight, that gives us a might to be able to discern what is right. And when we do what is right, we have an experience of delight. So this is what we're going to do every day. We're going to take out a magnifying glass and look into words and see what they have to say to us. And we're going to find out that there are worlds within words. And our job will be to enlighten and bring some light into our atmosphere. So I hope to see you on our next broadcast. Today's word's definition: a belief or judgment insufficient to produce complete certainty. 2 synonyms, estimate and notion, etymology, what one thinks. Well, what do you think? If you thought opinion, you'd be right. Well, we take a look at this word, we can break it down, opinion, and this is speaking about the act or condition of opin. And we could make the case that this O is a whole idea and it takes the form of a belief or a judgment, and that comes to a pinpoint. Or we could even say that this OP is about the optical nerve or the sight looking in, the act or condition of looking in, and that helps us form an opinion. There are so many opinions today that this word has lost value, and now we consider it insufficient to produce complete certainty when opinions had a higher value than that, but so many talking heads and so many opinions have come down that I guess the word makers have thought that the first definition really tells the story. It's insufficient. Our opinions are insufficient. So what are we going to do about it? Well, I got an idea. Let's create a new word. Let's put the T here and flip this around, and we now have a new word. We'll call it a doublet of opinion. It's called poignant. And the whole idea is let's get to the point. And that's my opinion. Today's word's first definition: to express gratitude or appreciation. Grateful is a synonym, and think is etymology. If you thought thank, you'd be right. Well, according to etymology, think is really what's at the core here. And if we're going to thank, we're going to have to think. It's all there is to it. There's thinking that goes on if you want to thank. And there's so much to be thankful for. And take a look at this. Rate, we got rate here and we got rate here. A governed rate. So we have to actually govern our thinking in a particular rate so we can thank. You're going to have to stop and take that extra moment and go, thank you. Today's word's definition: any of the feelings of joy, sorrow, fear, hate, love, etc. 2 synonyms, passion and anger, Etymology, outmove, agitate, and tumult. Do you know what word we have up here? If you thought emotion, you would be correct. We pull this word apart, we say emotion, and this is the act or process of EMO. We could make the case that this is energies modus operandi, and that creates emotion. And we could also say that this E is for feelings, and feelings create motion, and that would also be true. But the experts in this field are speaking about an X being in here, and it's supposed to be an expression that goes outwardly. An emotion is something expressed out move or out motion. But it's never been placed in the word, so I'm going to tell a story about this letter E. And in the word galaxy, there are three aspects to a galaxy, and I'm going to say that these three aspects are the three horizontal lines in this letter E. And this top one is mass, charge, and spin. And every emotion which we express has those three qualities. And Tesla came onto the scene. He said the secret to the universe is energy, frequency, and vibration. And that's another three of E. And the electrical field can also be expressed in threes with force, attraction, and repulsion. And our emotions also have those three properties. So I am here to let everybody know that some of us think that money makes the world go round. Well, let me tell you, it's feelings that make the monies go round. Today's definition is too big to put up here, so I'm going to read it. An athletic activity requiring skill or physical prowess and often of a competitive nature. Two synonyms: contest and game, etymology, carry away. Do you know what word we have up here? If you thought sport, you'd be right. And if we pull this apart, we can see this word port right here. And this is the fourth definition in the dictionary, and it means to carry. And when this word first came onto the scene, it was called disport, and it was referring to, this dis was referring to away, and this expression was if you were playing sports or watching sports, you were carried away. And the reason for that was that people thought when sports originally came onto the scene that you'd be better off just working and getting something done. But over time, this DI fell away, and we have embraced sports, and we think very highly of sports today because it keeps us in shape, it helps build team spirit, and it gives us all kinds of challenges, and we're able to build our character just by playing sports. But I would like to talk about professional sports and mention that in professional football, it takes 3 hours to play a game, and there's only 5 minutes of actual playing time. And then if we go to the ballpark, we are bombarded with commercials. And on television, we're bombarded with commercials. And we have to take a look at the ticket prices and the food prices at the stadiums. And of course, there's the salaries. And sports now have a whole section in newspapers. It's sports, sports, sports. And so I think that because of professional sports, I think we have to bring this DI back and call it disports once again, because professional sports has definitely gotten carried away. word's definition. The quality of being just, truth, reason, fairness. Two synonyms, integrity and honesty. Etymology, right, law, and upright. Do you know what word we have here? I think it's everybody's concern, justice. And I'm going to let you know, here it is, what everybody's looking for. And it's here right now. J-U is law, and S-T is the state of law, and ICE is referring to the quality of the state of law. And that would be the true definition of justice. And if we were to pull this away and put in the sun's soul, this speaks about the sun standing still. And that's what's known as a solstice. So when we take the sun away, we have to say that this is about standing still. So this is where the law stands still when justice is served. And another thing to consider about justice is that it needs to be adjustable. And I think that that's a concern today, is that the letter A is an indefinite article and it's adjustable. So the different angles of serving justice have to be adjustable to have true justice. And my last point is we do need fairness and we need reason, but the big factor is we need the truth. And that in the Bible it says the truth will set you free. Well, as far as just ICE is concerned, justice will set you free. And there you have it. Justice is served. Today's word's definition. The true or actual state of a matter. Two synonyms, facts and reality. Etymology, quality of being true. Do you know what word we have up here? Well, if you thought truth, you'd be right. And this is 900 years old, an Old English word that has been condensed down to this today. So let's take a look at the old word and see what it has to say. When we pull this word apart, we got the, and here in French, we got three. And this is for one. So the, three, and one, and that would be the meaning of the truth, and they're speaking about the Godhead of all things. All the old word makers used to believe in God for the most part, and you can see that they incorporated God into the language. And when we look at the macrocosm, the galaxy, that can be expressed in a trinity. We have mass, charge, and spin. And when we go to the microcosm of an individual, we can say body, mind, and heart. And between those two extremes, there are threes everywhere to be found when we keep our eyes open, and we'll convince ourselves in short order that there is a Godhead, and somehow or other, because this is the third planet from the sun, we are very well connected into the number three. And when the threes are lost sight of, we lose the truth and we lose justice, and then Ruth comes out. Does everyone know who Ruth is? Well, when you lose the truth, Ruth comes out and says how sorry she is, and she goes all around the world and tells everyone how sorry. And when you lose the truth, you lose justice. And then what happens is that you lose the T in trust, and it goes to rust. And rust is about corrosion, decay, and decline. And every civilization that has lost the truth ends up going to rust. We've seen it down all through history, and they end up going to dust. So, it's up to us to remain true to the truth that's in you, in me, and that would be the three.